Hey folks, Fox here. So we've got 2015. Hello! Dark Eldar and Blood Angels versus Space Wolves and Crimson Fist. The Space Wolves and Crimson Fist basically took one big line right up across the top of the board there, and they distributed their units pretty evenly. Now, for us, we basically consolidated all in the bottom left-hand corner in hopes to kind of push up along that left-hand flank and see what we could do as best we could. Now, with that said, the objective of the mission was to basically capture as many buildings as possible. You enter a building, you place a token on it, and you can move on. You basically have cleared and owned that building. If an enemy unit enters that building, they can claim it. So you can the buildings can kind of go back and forth as they kind of do within this game. So with that said, the Crimson Fist and Space Wolves, they pushed up and tried to focus in on us as best they could. They moved up, started capturing a few buildings here and there, and a drop pod landed right in front of us. This indestructible drop pod of doom and their little hunky-dory happy-do dreadnought jumped out and started flaming us. Open-top vehicles are so vulnerable to that, but funny nonetheless. So on our return, we did receive a lot of fire, and we did lose a lot of Marines on the center part of our table edge because of a lot of those last cannons. We did drop our own drop pod up there to kind of throw things around a little bit. We pushed up, jet bikes moved up, jump packs moved up, Dante jumped up, and he was going to take on the dreadnought. I fired everything I could into the dreadnought and caused 2 hull points of damage. After that, I was quite confused on what to do next. So we just threw Dante in there in hopes to do something. There was a little bit of firing going back and forth here, and their aircraft did come on. 4 flyers on their side of the table. Pretty daunting. And we took a lot of fire and lost a lot of good Marines there. You can see there used to be a lot of red there. Not so much anymore. So as the game did continue, we did try to jump into a few buildings, trying to take things. My 2 jets did come on, as well as the bomber. Bomber flew right over top of the drop pod, dropping its bomb and doing nothing. My Archon finally said, screw this, jumped into the fight, jumped from her Venom, and slammed a haywire grenade into that crazy dreadnought, finally destroying it. Such a frustrating device that thing is. It just would not die. So more kind of maneuvering, zooming around. We had our more elite Blood Angels kind of drop in the top right-hand corner there and start ripping apart some units as the Space Wolf cavalry there jumping in on them and getting our snot beat out of us. We had these guys deploy out of the Space Wolf's flyer and just start to wreck things. Fortunately, we were able to kind of beat them back a bit, but any unit I threw into them, they slowly got whittled down, and there was only really my Archon left to really attend to them, as Dante eventually fell. So, maneuvering as best we could, and fighting off some of these flyers as best we could. I did move the Venom and its occupants around, trying to capture a few more buildings. Our tokens were red, their tokens were blue, so you'll notice there are a few red and a few blue here and there. Won't tell you the score until the end, of course, but it was a little kind of distracting seeing so much blue high up. But, of course, I forgot to notice that some of the red ones for us were kind of inside the building, so it was a little distracting. A lot more fighting along the top there. On the last turn, my jets were basically just way out of... they couldn't really fire on anything. It was just really bad angling on my part. So, in the end, we did unfortunately lose Dante, and we did manage to kill off one of their warlords, which was kind of cool. In the end, it really did come down to that first blood. Them being awarded first blood pretty much gave them the game, because we got tied 6 for 6 on all of the buildings. So again, this was just kind of a quick, have a lot of fun. Actually, it was a pretty long game, but it was just having a lot of fun. Jump in there, shoot each other up, and just say hello to 2015. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick, down and dirty little report and just chit chat. Hopefully we'll see a few more in the upcoming future, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye now.